Geico. Saving people money on more than just car insurance.
Battery bay past your eye, and you stood falling on. Try to fight all your fools, man, I'm still holding on now.
Okay, Danny, here we are at VIR. Good weekend, I think. Yeah, I mean, it could always been better, but it's good.
It was good, yeah. Had my first crash of the season, or even since as far back as New Jersey last year, this weekend on Friday in practice. So that was the first little hit of the weekend, but we turned the weekend around after that. I think I made a smart comment about being Friday the 13th or something, and I showed up and crashed, so I guess that's what I get. But no, it was a good weekend. Qualified on pole, pulled pole out there on Saturday morning, and that was big for us. 1 point, you know, 1 point doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's getting down to the nitty gritty, it's 1 point's going to go a long ways, I think. Here and with Martine and Josh, everybody's real close. So, you know, good weekend. Got the pole, got good starts, ran up front, raced hard, led a lot of laps, but just got beat. You know, we didn't win, we didn't get second, but we're in there strong for the points, and that's you know, that's the big picture, I guess, in the long run. I want to win, you know. I want to win, no doubt about it. I'm not just sitting back. I'm riding, you know, riding as hard as I can. So,
but still, you want to win the war.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get out there and get some W's, but yeah, I want the big one at the end of the year.
I was responding to some chatter on the feedback in the email, and I did the math. And after 12 races last year, you had 223 points. After 12 races this year, which was before this weekend, you had 40 more. You had 263. So this year has been better overall in terms of your consistency and keeping going.
Last year I got points in every race. Got to kind of give Daytona. I got -5, but I had points still. So, so yeah. So pretty much, you know, that -5, but that hurt me. So that's probably where, you know, knock on wood, I don't have any of those empty spaces in next to our name in the points. So that's good.
I've heard a lot of people talk about steering the bike with the rear wheel, and I was paying attention to the broadcast last night when we were eating dinner, and I noticed in turn 3 it looked like you were going to run off the track. You spun the bike up, that kicked the rear end around and pointed it the way you were going. Is that what really happened there?
That's pretty much it. Pretty much like dirt tracking, you know, whenever you're running in and you're getting hooked up, you just kind of lean the thing over and get it to break loose and get it to turn. You know, it kind of works to your advantage sometimes being able to do that. Turn 1's another one that you kind of steer the thing with the rear wheel, and, you know, long right-hander, and it keeps tightening up on you. So, you know, if you're hooked up, it's going to be running wide, but if you get the thing spinning a little bit, you can turn and get a good drive off the corner there.
Because I was thinking if I was running out of track, I would chop the throttle and grab the brakes. In your mind, you go, oh, let me open it up and kick the rear end around and spin it.
That's why they have ambulances here, is for guys like you.
Okay, the other item was I can be taught. The rock, you took a huge rock to the face shield. And I guess what, you and Martine were out there hammering it in the morning warm-up, and bam, you took a boulder to the eyeball.
Yeah, first thing this morning, man, it was like we never got the checkered flag yesterday's race. Me and Martine were just out there hammering each other first thing right off the bat. And it's like one of them when you're following a big truck and you see that piece of gravel coming up and it breaks your windshield and you're watching it the whole time. Yeah. It was pretty much that, and it was a good size rock that came up and hit me in the windshield and through 2 tear-offs and put a big old gouge in the shield. It was pretty impressive because the Arai shields are definitely durable. So definitely kudos to Arai. Otherwise, I'd have a jacked up face, I guess.
All right, so New Jersey's where you won the championship last year. It's not the last race of the year this year. Any thoughts going into that before we sign off for the weekend?
You know, I don't know no telling. It's hard to, you know, the only thing to expect is 5, 6, 7, 8 guys up front racing for it. That's about the only thing we can expect right now. We went pretty good on the Buell last year at New Jersey. Wasn't great, but, you know, and that was trying to tie the championship up and that whole deal. So we were being a little bit cautious. Maybe we'll be able to let it hang out a little bit more and get the Suzuki ripping around New Jersey.
Good luck. We'll see you then.
Thank you. Appreciate it.